What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 88 of True to Size. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Sneaker Podcast.
Hold on. I think your reflexes just got the best of you there, buddy.
Yeah. Where am I right now?
Where am I?
That's a couple 100 kilometers to the east, buddy. And then again, what's going on, everyone? And welcome to True to Size. We are a weekly podcast centered around the wild world of sneakers. I will be your host today. My name is Lawrence Hopkins, and I'm joined by the rest of the team at Canada Got Soul, Mr. Joel Hernandez.
Yo.
Mr. Alvin Martinez.
Yo.
And yes, you heard him attempt to commandeer this episode. You may know him as the host of the Sneaker Podcast, as he announced. You may have seen him manning the Adidas store on Queen Street West. Maybe you even heard him on Virgin Radio a few years ago.
Ooh.
You ready? This is for you, Mike. I know he's got a baby face, but best believe he mean.
Ooh.
He might be from Montreal, but he'll still give you a Defaz zine. He's not a fan of vegetables, but he'll still let you know you're a bean.
Ooh.
A little lactose intolerant, but you know he's cooler than ice cream.
Ooh.
I hope you paid the entry fee, because this show ain't for free. He gets his nickname from his grades in high school. It's Mike D.
Oh. You are not wrong. You are not wrong about that one. Wow.
Thank you for coming all the way from Montreal for this, man. We appreciate it. It's
Thanks.
the furthest drive anyone's made.
Yeah, you know what? I think it took me like an hour to get here. I was
That's
flying.
good. You took the bullet train. Cyber truck.
Yeah, I took my Cyber
You took your
truck.
Cyber truck.
Yeah, full bore.
2021 Cybertruck over here. We appreciate you coming, man.
No, I appreciate being
long
here.
time
Thank you,
coming.
guys.
As we mentioned before the podcast started, you're one of the reasons this even got off the ground.
Ooh, facts.
So thank you very much for being here.
You
Thank
guys did it yourself.
We did. You're right. Anyways.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. We've got a great show this week. A couple of smaller sneaker brands made some marquee signings. We all had a busy week of sneaker buying, and EEE is popping off with messages. And of course, because Mike D is here, we're going to try. Let me say that again. We're going to try to make it an Adidas-centric episode. And also because he's here, we're going to play everyone's favorite game show, 21 Questions.
Ooh.
Finally, we're going to talk to Mike about his move from Montreal to Toronto. Yes, I know. He didn't actually drive from Montreal. He's
That's what
not
you think.
that
He did.
committed.
But
At one point, he drove.
At one point.
At one point, he
At one
did
point,
drive.
he did.
Yeah.
And also what it's like working with Adidas. And also if he thinks Joel could bench press me. But first, Alvin.
yes, fire round.
We'd like to start every show with a quick hitting question from you, our listeners, and this week's question comes from Mr. Troy Alexander,
Yo.
great friend of the show. Really good question, too. He wants to know what makes a collab or colorway really sing in your mind. What's more important to you? Who's involved? The story, the colors, the materials, the hype? So basically, what makes a collab kind of pop off for you? What aspect of it? For me, I'm going to have to say it's probably the people involved, like who's behind it. I think that the JTH, like the Jordan 3 collection from Justin Timberlake is a good example because I only bought the ones he wore. The other, there's the Air Max one. I didn't end up, actually, there's that one and there's the Black Tinker one. And I didn't buy either of those ones. So it's got to be, for me, I think it has to be the people who are involved or behind it. And if I'm a big supporter of them, especially when it's two separate worlds that really collide, it's kind of cool that it's like on something you really enjoy. Joel, what do you think?
For me, I think it's the story behind it. The way that they've brought around like the ideas of like putting these materials and colors onto a shoe, and the way that it would just like pop. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a mixture of everything pretty much. So it's
Definitely
like,
takes a little bit of,
yeah. That's what gets me like, oh damn, like, you know, those are pretty dope.
And next, our guest, Alvin, what do you think?
Definitely the people and the story behind it. Because you're gonna have like the most premium materials, and I don't know, man. Like if you don't put it together properly, if the story's not there, like if it doesn't represent your brand, if it doesn't represent like what you're trying to like portray, then it's not really worth it. Perfect example for me is the capsule New Balance 580 Canadian tuxedo.
Great shoe.
Yeah. Wow. My first purchase for New Balance.
It might be mine as well. Now that I think about it. Yeah.
That's
Look
what
at you guys.
that was my gateway drug.
Twinsies.
It was my gateway drug for sure for New Balance.
Gateway.
Yeah.
And the story behind that is just really cool. Like, it's so
And
good.
just how they put it together, bro. Like,
Yeah.
damn, son.
The first Canadian collab that New Balance ever did was that shoe. Very,
Crazy.
very cool. Mikey,
Yo,
what do you think?
I think materials, authenticity of the story behind it,
Yeah.
and attention to detail is huge. Because you look at some stuff that's just thrown together these days,
Yeah.
and you're like, come on, guys, take your time.
Yeah.
You don't have to throw it a collab every month or whatever,
Five
or every
days.
week,
Yeah.
every, right?
Yeah.
Every 5 days there's something new coming out. But attention to detail with, like, if you can get some nice stitching on something on a nice collab, you know, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I did not ask Troy his answer. I apologize, Troy. You can let us know in our EEE segment. If you'd like to submit a question or, I just fucked that up. If you'd like to submit a question for the fire round and have us answer it on the podcast, please shoot us a message or I can't fucking talk today.
It's okay.
I had a lot of tacos.
It's Tuesday.
It's Taco Tuesday.
It's what? Taco Tuesday.
I hate LeBron James. If you would like to submit a question for the
Who's LeBron James?
for the fire round and have us answered on the pod, please shoot us a message on Instagram or email us at canadagodsoul@gmail.com. Sorry, it's my first time doing that. Next up, the CGS Pics. Each week we all pick an upcoming sneaker to analyze, dissect, and give our thoughts on. Then we decide if it's poop, scoop, whoop-de-whoop, or Alvin's trademarked phrase.
Cute.
And by random draw done 4 weeks ago, I will be going first this week. My pick is the Adidas Ultra Boost X Nice Kicks Woodstock edition. I can't speak at all. Addiction. I am addicted to this, to be honest. So it's the second iteration that they've done on the Ultra Boost with the tie-dye, the first one being a white base. Now they've graduated to the black base with like a black cage, black boost, gum outsole. Very, very cool. And then full tie-dye prime knit upper. So this for me, I mean, obviously I'm a very eccentric shoe aficionado, we'll say. And these scream heck yes to me. I don't know if they're as nice as the white one, but I really like these guys. They're the Black Friday release. So that's yesterday when you guys listen to this. November 29th is when they release. Very cool shoe. I'm going to call them cute just because the Ultra Boost price tag is a little bit steep for me.
What's retail on those ones? Canadian?
I don't have Canadian, but US is 200. So you got a 265, 260. I'm not sure how Adidas does it, but
280.
yeah, not cheap, especially when I'm not super into Adidas to begin with, but love the shoe.
Hurts my heart.
I'm sorry, man. We'll get there. Maybe after this episode. By random drawing again, Alvin, you're up.
I chose the Ubik X Adidas Consortium Crazy BYW 2.0
Boost.
called
You wear
the Sister Cities. So this touches on, I mean, fairly sensitive subject. It's supposed to represent, the happenings in World War II era. And it represents the hometowns of Philadelphia and Georgetown, which were once coupled with the cities of Incheon. Probably saying that really wrong.
That's a good guess. I'm gonna say
Incheon.
Incheon, probably not.
And Seoul.
Sound it out.
And essentially just bringing these two cities together into one sneaker. The details are stupid crazy. I mean, the insoles, one of them obviously represents the Korea and the other one represents the US of A. But the shoe itself is predominantly mesh, right, Mike?
Sure. I looked at this today for the first time, to be completely
You're
honest.
From what I
to
can
know
see
everything
anyway. I'm
about
not
Adidas.
an
Just
Adidas
saying.
Called the
expert.
wrong guy.
I don't want to say anything wrong.
Is Alex free
Yeah.
tonight?
Let me call him up. Suji, we need you. We need
Hello?
you. Yeah, phone a friend, please.
Hello, this is Alex.
Shut
Actually,
up,
Alex sounds
Suji.
way sexier than that.
That was terrible.
Definitely
That was
way
terrible. I'm so
sexier.
sorry about that.
Like, man.
And it also bolsters a bunch of 3M, which obviously we love.
That's a hit, man.
That 3M-y.
3M.
It's very sleek. I love the outsole because it's like a neon / yellow / sexy. And it's beautiful, man. I don't know if these are going to be a scoop just because like I don't know if they'll be coming out here. They're supposed to drop November 29th.
Oh, another Black Friday release.
Black Friday.
Consortium release?
Yes.
Consortium.
Yeah,
Of course it
Consortium.
Consortium.
Duh, bro. What do you know?
Yeah. Jeez.
170 USD. So
Less than the Ultra Boost.
Yeah, it's 240
Ish.
250.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say these are a super cute.
This is definitely the best looking Boost You wear BYW
Yeah.
that I've seen. Well, it is the 2.0, but it's the best of the line that I've seen so far.
I
They
agree.
give me
I
like,
like where they're going.
Kobe-ish vibes.
I like where they're going with the silhouette and the shape
It's
and
great.
all of it. It's
Have you
well
ever put
done.
on a Boost you wear?
I haven't, but I've heard
No.
they're incredibly comfortable.
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a lot of boost.
It's a lot of boost, totally.
Yeah.
But I put it on. It's just like, it's,
Really?
It's weird feeling.
Huh.
Try one out one day.
Interesting.
Is it tight?
BYW.
Not really. Not really tight. It's just a weird feeling underneath. Like the way the boost is all broken up.
Oh, because it's
okay.
sectioned.
Exactly.
Right? Oh, okay.
Almost like a POD type
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'll come see you.
Yeah, we'll all
Try
come
one
down
out.
and try the
I'll
on the
measure your
BYW. Yeah. Please do. Let's go with a non-random drawing. Joel, your turn.
All right, so my pick is the Adidas Night Jogger Stormtrooper. It's a part of the Star Wars pack that's set to drop for the premiere of Rise of the Skywalker. That's December 17th. Sorry, it's not a Black Friday drop, but yeah.
Better
but
luck
these-
next year.
Yeah.
Good one job, Joel.
One job. But yeah, so this one here, like I came across it on Sneaker News, and the first sentence just hit it right on the head. It goes, despite its inspiration being infamous for their bad aim, the Night Jogger Stormtrooper surprisingly hits its mark. But yeah, pretty much it's like a Stormtrooper. So it's all white, predominantly all white. It's got black hits, just like their helmet and their gear. It's got like, I guess, stripes along the side, but I don't know. Maybe commander stripes.
The
or
blue
something.
stripes there on the boost.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
something
not
like
sure what
that.
those are for.
On the heels, it's got like sayings. It says on one shoe, it's got set to stun.
Oh.
Ho ho. And I found that I found another picture. Let me see if I can bring it up here. But on the other shoe, it's got open the blast doors.
Oh,
That's
So,
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. So it's set to drop December 17th for the premiere of the movie. $130 is the price tag.
Oh, that's
But
not
these
bad.
are super clean, man. I like them, man.
yeah, they're very clean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Night
Yeah.
Joggers are it's a dope silhouette.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
comfy too.
And like a white shoe's a white shoe.
Yeah.
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 I know.
White and black,
Crispy,
you really
clean.
cannot go
For
wrong.
real, man.
Totally.
And then you put a stormtrooper on the tongue tag, and it's
Yeah.
like, you can't.
So-
you
It's a
can't
wrap.
really miss.
Damn
yeah.
What? There's a holographic card inside the box?
Well,
Sold.
now we're
Oh shit, I didn't even
Wait,
know that.
what?
Yeah, by the way, there
Yeah?
is.
Sick.
I wonder where that information came from.
I don't know. The back door.
We're gonna have to have this guy on the podcast a little more often.
So, what do you hear? Who do you know?
So the next Yeezy. So our esteemed guest,
Yes.
Mikey.
Yeah.
You also have a pick.
I do have a pick this
What
week.
an honor.
I'm going with the Prada times Adidas Originals Superstar.
Oh my goodness.
And this sneaker is completely made in Italy.
Oh my goodness.
It's got that full grain leather used on the upper. Also features the Adidas Originals faithful rubber shell toe.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know,
Can't go wrong.
classy.
Classic.
Beautiful.
Exactly. Rounded out by the herringbone rubber pattern, of course, on the cup sole. 3-stripe branding, trifoil logo. It's a classic superstar. It's
Yeah.
a very high-end leather
Classic.
classic superstar.
Yeah.
High end.
That is ridiculous. So yeah, looks like it's going to be releasing. The price tag. Have you seen what this thing is
I don't think I
rumored
want
to go for?
I want to know, but
So-
I
I
don't
can
want to know.
guess.
Limited to 700 pairs.
And hand numbered on the side.
Exactly.
Right? Very
On the medial
cool.
side, it has the like an debossing of like the
Yeah.
number you got.
Yeah.
No way.
I'm hearing like 2,200
That's
euros.
Euro.
Is that
Euros.
resale? Is that resale?
Euros.
No, I don't think so.
That's
Oh, hold on.
retail.
But does it come with a purse?
It comes with the bowling bag.
Oh, it comes with
the
the
bag.
bag.
Yeah, I believe it comes
Well,
with
that's
the bag.
more than reasonable now.
Done.
Now I just want a Prada bag.
Yeah,
that's it. It does have Prada branding on the side of the Superstar, which is really cool. To have a Superstar made in Italy
dope.
like this.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you really check it out, the stitching is just wow.
Oh,
Well,
like,
if they're
unbelievable.
handmade in Italy, it better be
Yeah, handmade in
down
Italy.
to the, it better
You know what I'm
be
saying?
every
Come
single
on.
stitch better have some
Just
sweat in there.
Just like the Jordan 2, right?
Just exactly. Yeah.
Shout out
just
Sean Collard.
shout out to S Collard for the info.
oh, today was Toonie Tuesday.
It was.
Wow. Sorry we didn't have you on, Sean. Every Tuesday.
Better luck next time.
Better luck next year. Next Tuesday. Next year. Yeah, I think this is how you do a designer collab. I don't think you overdo it. I don't think you overbrand it. I just think you literally do it as the designer would do it.
Less
you
is
don't
more.
see Prada stuff with Prada all over it like you literally would have.
Minimal branding.
Exactly.
That's it.
Sells. It's
That's
clean.
it. It looks like a Prada collab. And
Yeah.
I think this is exactly how you do it.
Nail on the head.
How do you rate these, my friend?
Ooh. If you can, scoop.
Yeah. Yeah. If you are a rich
if you
individual.
are able to. But they're also cute at the same time.
They're really cute and scoopable.
Yeah.
Next up, this week in Kicks, now is the part of the show where we discuss the current headlines and happenings in the world of sneakers. First up, And One has a new familiar poster boy.
Ooh.
This week, And One officially unveiled Fred VanVleet as the new face of the brand.
Damn.
For Michael over here, who's not into basketball. He plays for the Toronto Basketball
Wow.
Raptors. Yeah.
I know. I see his I see his commercials.
Yes, there you go. The peanut butter and jam one, that one.
Was it that or was it Osmos?
There's also an
There's
Osmos
also that one too.
Shout out Osmos.
What's chicken on the rocks?
Had a bad experience there once.
Don't
Oh,
even.
no. Oh, no.
Then you gotta hit up
Don't
the
ruin
Z,
it for
bro.
me.
The
Don't
Z,
ruin it
yeah.
for
I
me.
won't.
Don't.
No, it wasn't bad. It's just like, you want hot sauce? No, I'm good. All right,
Oh,
extra
wow.
hot sauce for this guy.
Shit. This guy wants hot sauce. He doesn't know what he's
man.
talking about. And their hot sauce is hot.
Dude, I got to
It's
the
like-
bottom of my shawarma. I've never felt anything like that before in my life.
Oh,
It was bad.
man.
But this is not the shawarma podcast.
It could be.
Can it?
TSP, man.
Let's go.
The Shawarma podcast.
I'm going to have to talk to the boys about that one. We're rebranding.
Shawarma podcast. Sponsored by Lizzie's and Osmos.
Wow.
So Fred VanVleet is coming off an endorsement deal with, here you go, Adidas.
Yep.
He's been wearing the And One Attack 2.0 for most of the season already. So they've officially inked a deal as of this week. A quote I got directly from Fred VanVleet. This is a very exclusive quote. I'm excited to partner with And One and join the family. It's important for me to join a brand that truly believes in me. I'm looking forward to laying that foundation. Check out my kicks coming to an arena near you.
Ooh.
Is Freddie V gonna have his own PE? That rhymed. Haha.
You got bars for days on this
It's
podcast.
just sometimes
Jeez.
it's not even on purpose. It just can't stop rhyming. It's amazing. I think I might buy a Fred VanVleet And One. I don't know about you guys, but
If it looks similar to what he's already wearing, because I like those
the
a lot.
Attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those look like a really good boss shoe. So
they
we'll
do.
see.
If they're good enough for him, and my skill level is close but not quite to his level, I think they're good enough for me.
For three. Lawrence for three.
Speaking of small brand signing medium-sized names, Li Ning has a new poster boy as well.
Mr.
This one
Jeremy
is
Lin.
interesting. No.
D-Lo.
So Dwayne Wade actually, because he is the original poster boy for Li Ning, announced this week that DAngelo Russell,
Oh.
D-Lo,
D-Lo.
also a basketball player from the Golden State Basketball Warriors.
Oh, that team that's losing this year.
He's the new face of the Way of Wade line of Li Ning, which is kind of interesting. So this is obviously following Dwayne Wade's retirement last year. Last year. So he's been wearing various Way of Wade models since the beginning of the year, and he's going to premiere the Way of Wade 8 next month. Very cool. So D-Lo had previously actually been a Nike athlete, and now he's transitioning to Way of Wade, and he's going to be
him.
the man there. Yeah. So now another
interesting.
exclusive quote from Dwayne Wade himself, a Flash.
okay.
I have much respect for DAngelo and the way he plays the game. I'm excited for this partnership and wouldn't want anyone else to be the leader and the face of this brand.
Wow.
Interesting.
So D'Angelo is going to keep his shoe going?
Way of Wade. Yeah.
That's
Way of Wade.
interesting.
It won't be
Similar
Way of
to, I
Russell.
suppose, how, wait, what?
It can't be Way of Russell. It's still gonna be Way of Wade.
Way of Wade, but
Yeah.
D'Lo's. It's kind of like how DeMar and Devin Booker and they wear Kobe's. Yeah, they're keeping the Kobe line alive. Like they're signed to the Kobe sector of Nike basketball.
Oh, okay.
DAngelo Russell is now signed to the Way of Wade sector of Li Ning. I didn't know Li Ning had several sectors.
Wow.
But
You learn something
that's
new
where-
every day.
Yeah, we did.
There you go.
Do you think this makes you likely to jump into these smaller brands with these bigger names signing to them, or Joel is shaking his head and
Makes it interesting.
it definitely
Yeah.
makes
Yeah,
it
for
interesting.
sure.
You know?
There's parity in the NBA now with all these teams being very equal. Now there's a lot more parity in the sneaker market, so that's very cool.
Yeah.
But you guys don't think you'd be more likely to jump? Definitely for me, not Li Ning. Like I just have no emotional attachment to
Yeah.
that at all.
Yeah.
I could potentially see myself in some and ones though.
Same.
Yeah, especially because it's a Toronto
Well,
Raptor player.
It's like high school all
Also,
over
though,
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and one's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
And
nostalgic.
Yeah, totally.
And Vince Carter dunked in them joints.
He was the man.
and one had a mixtape, so
Yeah.
obviously
There
you
you
want
go.
to cross people up.
That's
so it's
it.
like, you know,
Like I think we mentioned this with New Balance when they signed Kawhi. I think we all agreed, Mike included. He just wasn't here to say it.
That's right.
he did though. He did.
Like
He did.
Kawhi being a former Toronto basketball Raptor.
Yes.
Now a Los Angeles
Basketball
Clipper.
Clipper.
Yes.
Clipper. Interesting.
Yeah, Clipper like wind, I think, like a Clipper, like that. Anyways, he signed to New Balance. He signed to New Balance, and we were all like, honestly, I could fuck with some New Balance basketball shoes now. And never in your life could you
No.
imagine yourself saying
No.
that up until that point, because you had that emotional attachment. Like, yo, look at
He changed the game.
Look what Kawhi did
Yep.
in that shoe. And now for
Look what
me,
he did in a year.
look what he did in a year.
real, though.
First
Yeah,
of
yeah.
all, yeah. And look what he did it was that shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shot, he took the shot
Mm-hmm.
against Philadelphia in the blue pair. The blue pair shot up over $1,000 on StockX for a pair of New Balance basketball sneakers.
New Balance.
Now, we were telling Alvin last week, I was kind of joking and kind of half not joking. I wore the Sour Patch Kids Curry 7, the Volt one. The same one that Luka Doncic, I'll tell you after, Mike.
Wow.
Luka Doncic
I'm writing
wore,
this down.
Luka Doncic wore to drop like 46, 10, and 13 or something crazy, like a fat ass triple double. And I put them on last week and I felt it. I was like, I feel like Luka right now. You know, like squeak, 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 like bang, bang, shoot, shot, go in, slam dunk, all that stuff. And I was like, I felt the emotional attachment. I was like, okay, this is sick. First of all, they better sign Luka now, because how can you not after that? But I don't know. Like, if you see Fred VanVleet do some crazy shit this year, you don't think that you could potentially be like, I might get on board with this? Like,
well, he's already been doing crazy shit this year.
that's what I mean.
So-
So if he keeps it up,
If you
I'm
could
already
blow it
down.
up,
yeah,
could
Yeah.
change the
Oh,
game
yeah.
again.
I mean, yeah. Kawhi
sure.
put New Balance on the map. D'Lo's trying to put Li Ning on the map. Like, why can't Freddie V do it with and one again?
Yeah.
Well, he already has a ring, so if anyone can.
Freddie
Freddie
Handyman
can.
can.
And it's
Yeah.
crazy that Kawhi did it and kind of took not only sneakers, but apparel. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
real.
who was
People
buying
lined
New
up.
Balance t-shirts before
Yep.
Kawhi? No one.
And then people
Nobody.
went from nothing to lining up
For
for
a New
exactly
Balance.
Lining up,
reselling
yeah.
a shirt. Literally the most minimal Times New Roman
Yeah.
fun guy New Balance logo
That's
shirts.
it.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
And I still love that shirt. Like, are you crazy?
Oh,
we're
it's a
gonna
money
make
shirt.
sure.
Oh my God.
Let's
Of
make
course.
the
Hello.
Shawarma
It's so
podcast
nice.
t-shirt, guys.
Yeah.
The Shawarma TSP. The Shawarma.
Actually, that
podcast.
would be a great joke on the boys. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Got us some new merch, guys.
Well, now
you
you
know
said
how
it,
much that would sell,
and you know
bro?
they love this podcast. So
Yeah,
they all
sell
just
out.
said
Shout
it.
out to
I would
boys.
line up for that shirt. Just so
I'd
you know.
buy the Shawarma podcast.
Would it resell? Maybe.
I
think
would
so.
resell. I would pay resell.
Brought to you
So,
by Osmos.
like a huge Osmos branding.
Freddie
right
VanVleet
underneath
endorses it too.
Holding up I almost said podcast. Holding up a shawarma.
Yeah. He'll be sitting there wearing the shawarma t-shirt.
Yeah, it's like Inception.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Ooh,
it. Okay,
yeah.
we got to pitch this to Osmos ASAP. Anyways,
I'm on it.
next up, previously in Kicks, this is the part of the show where we review our latest pickups and recap the latest happenings in our sneaker lives. I think everybody sitting at this table had purchased shoes last week, which may be a first in True to
in
Size
a while.
history.
In a
Wow.
while.
Wow.
History. I like that.
In
Yeah.
history. It's
Yeah.
also, I don't even know what else it is. Mike, did you buy shoes last week?
Yes.
You
How many
sure did.
I sure did. Oh,
One down.
That is correct.
You did buy shoes. What did you buy?
Which pairs, man?
Which pairs? Oh, man.
Yes.
what?
So of course,
dear.
last weekend was the release of the ZX 8000 Aqua Adidas. The from 30 years ago. OG
smokes.
colorway. Faded though. Yeah, the saturation wasn't turned up on this one, but
Turn that coolness down.
yeah, they turned the saturation down, but it was supposed to mimic a shoe that's been sitting in a box for 30 years.
And they did its job.
It's
I
so
like
good.
it.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
This was my first pair I've ever doubled up on.
Wow.
So this was
That's
important
a
to
lot.
me. Yeah, this one was
Crazy,
like, I'm
crazy.
gonna rock the shit out of these ones.
Heck yeah.
You know, and I put them on as soon as I could, and I started walking around. I'm like, I didn't care about creasing them. I did not care, knowing that I have one on ice ready to
It
go.
feels good, doesn't it?
Oh, it's so nice.
Feels real good.
So there was that. I also picked up a pair of triple black Oswegos,
Very
Oh,
good.
which
I
are
like
my
those a lot.
consolation prize utility 500s. Utility 500.
No one can tell the difference from 30
No,
feet away.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Those were Yeezos.
no way.
Yeezo. Osweezo.
Oswegos.
Oswegos.
And I also picked up another pair of
Also,
Oswegos
oh my god, holy shit.
from the big logo pack, the solar pack, I guess you could call
Yeah.
it. Big logo solar pack. Very nice, very nice materials on this one. The suede on those was just
Sick.
second to none. It was great.
You bought 4 pairs of shoes last week.
3.
Four
Four
pairs of
Four.
shoes.
Four. I bought 4.
You bought
Don't tell
4.
the wife.
I wish no one listens to this anyways. It's going straight to the trash after
Yeah,
it's done. So.
It's been a busy month. November was huge for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I also
December's
got
gonna
the
be good.
Yeah, what else you got, man?
the
Tell us.
Yeezy 500 soft visions.
Fantastic.
Picked those up too. That's pretty much that's been it.
Oh.
That's it for November.
You really
so far.
big. You really bigged it
Damn.
up. Like
Yeah.
there was a lot more.
That month was my year.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know, for
Yeah.
real, yo.
It was a big working for the brand. It's so crazy now, and it's just like I feel like
Impossible
I
not
don't
to.
want to give my salary back to the company, but it's like sometimes you have to.
Absolutely,
Facts.
man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I'm
yeah.
not mad at that, Mike. Don't worry.
You're preaching to the choir with that one,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Trust me.
As we're surrounded by boxes.
Yeah, exactly. Alvin, shoes last week.
Yes.
Wait for it. There we go. Sorry.
Yes.
I closed it for a second.
First pair was similar to Mike's pair, the ZX 8000.
The
I hit up, no, I didn't hit up the homie. I saw him post them, Fluffy Asterius. And he was like, anyone need a
AKA
proxy?
Julian.
I'm like, yeah, I need a proxy.
me, this guy
just jokingly, like not thinking anything would happen of it. He's like, yo, I got you. I'm like,
Sure.
stop.
I didn't think I was gonna.
No, to be
Babe,
honest,
I
with
didn't
you,
even think I was gonna get them.
I thought
What are you doing?
because I love that shoe, I thought everyone else loved it as much as I did, and I thought it would have sold out. Luckily it didn't. So he proxied me a pair. Thank you, brother. I love you. I got them today. They're oh my god.
Oh, you
so
just got
nice.
them today.
When I
so
opened that box
They're so nice.
and I touched them,
Yeah.
my pants got ruined.
Your pants got real tight.
Damn. And then the other pair was from the homie at Addy Sons 123 or 321. He posted a pair of wheat Air Jordan 1 highs.
Ooh.
And he gave them to me for like a stupid deal. Anyone who's a size 11, hit him up because he's got some stuff for sale, and he's open to offers.
Nice little.
And I got
plug there.
those.
Come get your
Wow,
shoes.
yeah, 2 pairs of shoes for you.
Yeah,
oh
I'm
my
done-
god,
I'm done
what are
for
we
the
up
year,
to?
though.
So for the group so far, we're up to 6 pairs last week.
6 pairs.
I'm just gonna I'm trying to measure our irresponsibility. Oh, as a group collectively.
We're gonna be
Joel,
pretty bad.
We all get a slap on the wrist.
Joel, shoes last week.
Just like these two guys.
These guys here.
Let's say yes first. But okay.
I also got the Aqua ZXs. As
Oh
well.
my goodness! Wow.
With the help
3
of,
for 3.
of Mike D.
Yo.
No ding for that.
No, ding.
Okay.
But yeah, man, beautiful shoe. It was one of my picks.
It was.
from back then.
And you rated it a scoop, I
And I
believe.
rated a scoop, and I did scoop. So yeah,
Scoop he did.
Man of my word.
but yeah, man, just that one pair.
I saw them sitting at the top of the
They're
stairs.
so
Actually,
nice.
as
I
we
wore them
came
today
down,
actually
and I
because
was
I
like,
knew Mike was coming through, so I was like, yeah,
so you wore them earlier for him to not
Hold
see
it
them.
down.
That's nice.
I almost wore them too, to be honest.
What did you wear today, Michael?
I wore Adidas Yeezy 700 V1 Wave Runners.
Oh,
I have to say V1 now because there's V2.
Yes.
there is. Oh boy, I need that shoe still.
For real.
Same.
But
I need
can't
another
either.
pair. Another one.
Okay.
Another one.
Sorry there, coward. Anyways,
Maybe 3 pairs.
oh boy, then you'll go really
4.
go to
Now
town.
it's 4.
Whoa, oh my god. I better stop.
No, keep going, please. I need this.
Lawrence, someone you can ask me, Alvin. Go ahead.
Lawrence, how was your this week?
That's why you don't host the show. Yes. Yes, I did. I did buy shoes last week. I bought this was also one of my picks. Look at us being consistent. The Kith X Mickey Mouse / Disney
Damn.
Chuck 70 High from the collection that dropped last Monday. I actually had to pay resale for them. I bought them from StockX. I had a 5% off coupon code for StockX.
Sick.
It didn't make it any better. 5% is nothing. I realized afterwards, I was like, that was stupid. Still stupid. It was just 5% less stupid. They came really quick though, like impressively quick. The order went through technically Tuesday morning at like 3:00 in the morning is when everything like processed. They showed up at my door on Friday morning.
Wow.
That's quick, man.
I got my order from StockX before some people got their order from Kith.
From Kith.
So I don't know how it ended up going from New York to Detroit to Toronto quicker than whatever. However it worked, it was great. I love them so much. Holy crap. Thank you so much, Ronnie Feig, for just making the collection. Wow. The Kith site, on the other hand, is terrible. I don't want to get into that. Me and Calby had a field day texting about that.
Well, I'm sure.
On release day. Yeah, he just loves having somebody to talk about Kith with. Sorry, I'm off it for a while now, Calby, until the Air Force Ones come out.
Ooh.
And
Speaking
Oh
of
my
Air Forces One,
God.
right?
speaking of, oh man, I was about to. Speaking
Wait, do you have a big
Speaking
intro for
of
that
the
one?
Air Force.
Speaking.
Oh, there you go.
The Air
Force One.
Needs a big voice. Speaking of the Air Force One,
Air
yes.
Force.
So last week, I'm just realizing now that I wrote Mickey Vans instead of Mickey Converse. Sorry, Calby.
Next time.
Speaking of the Air Force One, Nike Toronto was generous, kind, and gracefully gracious enough to send over the Travis Scott Air Force One. Yes. I know, right? Crazy.
Jealous.
Who saw that coming?
No, did you?
Not at all.
No.
Last Friday, received them same day as the Mickey Chucks, and I was just like, "What is going on?" I got vertigo that
It was
day.
like payday.
What's going on?
But
Yeah,
better.
exactly. My payday wouldn't even pay for those dudes. I mean, yeah, crazy, super happy. Thank you so much, Nike Toronto. That was incredibly unexpected, especially a week later, and just incredibly generous. So thank you so much. If you want to see pictures of them, check out Canada Got Soul because we took some of those. Next up, errors, edits, and messages.
Error.
There we go. We're pretty smart guys, but from time to time we make mistakes. So if you catch us slipping, hit us in the DM and we will let the world know that we goofed. So last week I made it a point to say that I never make mistakes. I'm perfect. I made sure to double down on Saturday morning and say, look, here's me making less mistakes than you even thought. And people just ate it up. They just went in on our EEEs and found a ton of mistakes that I made. First up, Jalen Like Rose.
Oh,
So that would be the daughter of Flippin' Laces, who was on the podcast last week.
Yeah.
In 21 questions, we asked him the largest province by area. And I said the answer was none of it. She says, EEE, none of it is a territory.
Ooh,
Quebec is the largest province. I think that's I don't know about that one. That's just,
I agree with her.
I think that territories is stupid. Why do we even have those? We have this many
We
provinces.
should just call it the Northern Ice.
It should
okay?
just be a province. You know what? I'm going to start a petition. I want them to be a province. They deserve to be a province.
Just one, though.
I don't care if they're,
none of it.
they
So
can just be
so
north.
he's right.
Yeah. They'll all be the Northwest Territories because that's what.
We could just call it the North.
Yeah, the
North.
North. So yeah, I'm going to start a petition because I'm all about inclusion and I want them to also be a province. Let's turn this into social activism, everybody. Next up, Kicks Fam, small air for Kuya. I think this was directed at you, Kuya Joel. He says it's Panthro, not Panthero from Thundercats.
Oh yeah.
You said
I said Pantero.
You said, yeah. It's
That's wrong.
Panthro
all this time,
all this time.
30, 40 years, I've been calling him Pantero.
I've been
Pan
wrong.
throw.
Yeah. Throw the pan.
Throw the pan. Thanks, Kicks fam.
He also says, your last podcast brought up a great subject about getting kicks stolen. Have you guys ever thought about insuring your collection? I'm not even sure if regular home insurance would cover it for the aftermarket value or just retail. He wants to know. I think we've covered this before, but just really quickly, have you guys ever thought about insurance?
I still am.
You're still thinking about it?
Oh, hell yeah.
Mikey.
I insure all my musical instruments that I have, so I keep those locked up in my sneaker closet for any of you guys that want to rob me.
Perfect.
But I keep them in there, and that whole room is basically insured. So,
That's smart.
yeah,
Just insure
keep
a room.
everything in there.
Is it considered a content insurance?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. And it's just
And I
for
just
that
have
specific
pictures
room.
of everything
Yeah.
Okay. Very smart.
Yeah.
Joel,
Labels.
Yeah,
out.
same thing. It's insured.
content
Renters,
insurance.
yeah.
Or renter's insurance for you. Yeah. So the thing, like, it's funny because the way this came up, I was talking, it was me, Jill, and I think my mom and my dad, and Jill, being just the shit disturber, was like, did you see the shoes Lawrence got on Friday? To my parents. And they're like, we saw the box because they had to open the door. And she's like, they're worth like $1,000. like for no reason, whatsoever. And then out of nowhere, about an hour later, my mom walks up to my room. Have you ever thought about contents insurance for all this stuff? 'Cause, just wondering. Just want to know if you want to think about insuring it, and then walks away.
All of a sudden, now it makes sense.
All of a sudden,
doesn't it?
now it's like, do you want to insure this? Like, she just clued in. Like, is this stuff actually worth something? So the answer, in short, now I have thought about it because my mother has questioned me about
But
it.
Jill's not the only one that
Smart.
does that.
No
Sasha did the same thing.
word.
When Kaya got the Mars yards, we were like at her parents' house for dinner. She was like, "Do you guys see? Kaya got shoes. They're worth like $300 retail, and apparently like the men's ones are like $5,000." I'm like, bro, what the hell are you trying to do right now? Like, fuck, man.
She's
Do you want to sell them?
she's bragging for you for Kaya.
It's like just
Like,
leave it.
why?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's like,
Babe, you're such a hype beast. Oh my god.
You've changed.
Yeah. These shoes have changed you. You wore Roche runs when we met. Next up, Manny Anaya. Anaya
Yeah.
from, I believe, the Bay Area.
Yeah.
That's right. He says, yo, great episode, guys. I think it's the last episode. He says, I'm sorry to break it to you, Lawrence, but the black and red 11s are not coming in a pull-out box.
Whack.
Because last episode we talked about how the 2012
drawers.
came out in the regular pullout and it still had the sleeve, which made no sense to anybody.
Yeah, that was dumb.
He says they're coming in the OG orange top and black bottom box, just like the 12s, which is honestly a lot easier to deal with. I love my 11s, but damn, they take so long to take out and put back in.
That's true.
Yeah.
When I read that, I was like, people don't like the pullout box? I was like, it's
an experience.
What? I didn't know this was even a thing.
Yeah.
So, for the first time in a long time, we threw up a...
Soul pull.
That was not even rehearsed. That was really good.
That was really good.
We...
That was really good.
Thanks, man.
I didn't see it coming.
I didn't either. No, way.
None of us did.
Good for you. Pat on the
I thought
back.
you were
Just
joking.
came out.
We
Sorry.
didn't talk about that. I was going to say sneakerheading for dummies.
Have you been practicing?
In the mirror, just waiting week after week.
That's why I took a mic home.
Yeah. So we asked everybody, which kind of shoebox do you prefer? I meant specifically for the Jordan 11s when we posted this. I was referring to the 11s, but I guess it just goes overall. Which kind of shoebox do you prefer? The original the original shoebox, Flappy McFlappers, or the pullout box. So first of all, what do you guys prefer? Whether it be for Jordan 11s or otherwise, what do you prefer?
Or Adidas Yeezys.
No, I'm all about
Or
the pull-out.
Adidas Yeezy.
So
Yeah, Yeezys.
I'm all about the pull-out box.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pull-out gang strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Games.
Pull-out
That's
game.
one for
Very
pull-out.
strong.
Alvin,
Damn.
Say the right thing.
you better have the right answer.
I like the Flappy box, man.
Ooh. Sorry, that's not
okay.
right.
I like that.
That's okay though.
You like the flappies? Do you have a reason?
Most of my shoes are like that.
Just
Not a
because.
good
Just
answer.
because. That's not a good answer.
Well, yeah, no.
that's the only reason.
that's
You
the
should
only
ask
reason.
again.
Joel, what do you think?
I like the flappies, but
What?
wait. But I prefer the pull-up because they're more sturdier. and you can
So-
stack
It's
them.
True. They're like
so
bricks.
What
They're like-
do you prefer?
Bang, bang. I like. Well, if I had a choice,
Yeah,
I
that's
make
what we do.
They're basically-
every shoebox a pull-out box.
Yeah.
So you changed your answer just now, or
No,
You
well, I
prefer
can't.
pull-out?
I can't tell. Hey, Nike or hey, Adidas. Make it pull-out.
But to
I'm
be
not
fair,
saying-
it is harder to pull out
okay? Here's my
the
thing.
Jordan 11 pull out box.
Here's my thing, because I first of all didn't even know this
the
was
first.
didn't even know this was a conversation.
Oh, it's huge, bro.
Because the pull-out box is clearly much superior, and I'll tell you several reasons why. First of all, Joel said it's much more sturdy.
Construction.
You can stack several thousand of them on top of each other, and they'll be perfectly fine.
Totally.
Next, if you need that OVO 10 down there at the bottom of the shelf,
Yeah.
how are you going to get it?
I got to take off.
When was the last time you wore that shoe?
Long time. That's why it's at
It's
the
on
bottom.
the bottom of
It's at the bottom.
Literally at
and
the
you
bottom.
don't
It
want to
doesn't get
wear
any
it.
love. Yeah.
And
So
you would have to take all these
ones
99
off.
shoes from the top of it off. If it was a pull-out box, no, sir.
Nope.
Slide it on out. Slide it back
You
in.
have the slide box fart noise too.
And there's a slight struggle. I'll give you that. There's a slight struggle to push back in afterwards. You got to make sure it's lined up properly. But I think that the struggle of ripping down a stack of shoes is much greater. So for me, I think pull out. What do you guys
Clearly
think?
never
Good
worked in
answer.
a shoe store,
This,
which is most of our listeners.
yeah, the shoe store did change it a lot because the pull-up box in the shoe store is just terrible. Just, yeah.
I despise them at work.
Yeah, like anything other than a regular shoebox at a shoe store is just not good.
No, especially if it comes with a dust bag.
What? Oh my god! When someone wants to try that
Shoot me.
shoe on, you just literally you crawl to the back room. Oh man.
There's a process to that.
Yeah, exactly. So I do see it from that side. The answer to this shocked me. What do you guys think the result of the sole pull was? Do people prefer pull out or flappy mix?
People are
Flaps?
lazy these days. Flappy.
Flappy.
But if you all are all correct. It was pretty close, 56 to 44 for the flappies.
Not bad.
But the laziness should push towards the pull out, I would think.
I agree.
If you
Because
have a
it's-
bad back, though, you're bending over for a while if that shit's on the bottom
To pull it out and push it back in and
for the pull out.
Yeah, I could
my
see
back's
that.
horrible. Whereas like if it's a stack and it's a flappy,
You just rip it out. You're like literally like a magician with a table
it's like
full
the
of glass.
tablecloth, right?
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
And then it's out.
I could see that.
But that's just me because I'm old as fuck. And
I could see that.
Bad
I can
back and
see
stuff.
arguments for both sides. I definitely can.
but the sturdiness though is huge.
The sturdiness is, man, when you have 40 shoes stacked up there, you need a firm base.
So you might
It's
as well
basically a cinder block.
Exactly.
Yeah,
basically.
It is, yeah. So next up, HQ Inc. He says, listening to episode 87 and I have an EEE. Surprise,
shit.
surprise. And he also says, don't know if I'm proud to catch y'all slipping or not. He says, the Solan blazer that Lawrence picked for CGS Pics came out on Sneakers Canada this past week. I missed it.
Damn it.
So far, that was our only way of copying, and they are all sold out now. I'm not going to consider that a mistake on my part, so you can keep trying, everybody. But that was not a mistake. That was just, I didn't say it hadn't come out. I just said I didn't know when they come out. I have one more EE here, and it is from me, Lawrence.
One of you guys have been slipping.
Of course it is.
And I say, I did not say purple rhino. I don't even know what I'm trying to say now.
Wow.
I did say purple dino Raptor jersey, not
Rhino.
purple rhino
I
Raptor
listened
jersey.
to it earlier.
I listened to it immediately, and I was like, Christian, you made me question myself. How dare you? So for all those, keep trying. I don't make mistakes. I only make memories. Next up, thumbs up, thumbs down. In this part of the show, we give our opinion on various sneaker-related topics with zero context or discussion. All we're allowed to say is thumbs up or thumbs down. Keeping with the Mike D, all day I dream about D does. Chats. This week's topic is the Adidas NMD. Joel.
Down.
Alvin.
down.
Mike.
Up.
Down. Sorry. Next up, NSR. Do you want to take a second? You look mad.
No.
This is why we put you nearest to the stairs. If
No,
you
we're
just
good.
decide you want to
We're
leave.
good.
Next up, NSR, not sneaker related. We talk about sneakers a lot. So in this weekly segment, we're going to take 30 seconds out of the show to discuss something completely irrelevant to the world of sneakers. And it is my turn for the NSR question today. And Yesterday, I was pushing a shopping cart and I stubbed my shin on the shopping cart. And it just gave me the immediate flashback of stubbing your shin on a Razor scooter and how much that hurt when it swung around and struck you in your shin, in your small 11-year-old shin. And I want to know, what was the worst injury you've ever sustained?
Ooh, good
Joel.
one. Damn.
I still have evidence of it.
Oh, you don't have to take your shirt off, Joel.
But if you want,
It's my pants, though. Go for it. But yeah. It's my pinky. So what it was during like football practice.
Ew.
I went to go tackle.
Oh, that's why your pinky's like that.
Yeah, it's fucking matched up.
now you know.
But yeah.
Now you know.
So what it was, I went to go tackle the guy. I grabbed him by I went to go tackle him and my pinky hit his hip.
Ouch.
And I looked down at my glove and it's a white glove. So it's making an L. It's going this
The right angle
So I
triangle.
look at
Look
it.
good.
And I was like, what the fuck? So then I popped it back in.
Oh,
course you did.
ooh, that.
So then at home now, like I went on during the day, had my hot dogs and whatever. But anyway,
Hot dogs.
I
He
went-
remembers the snack.
And rice, hot dogs and rice with
hot dogs,
ketchup.
Oh, okay.
yeah, bro. But anyways, I went home, showered, and then I hit my pinky on my hip.
Oh my god.
And I looked down at my finger, and it's fucked up again. So then I popped it back in.
Oh my god.
But right now, like, several decades later, I didn't put it in a splint. So
dear. Oh
it's
dear.
permanently like
Ugly.
fucked up. Yeah. So yeah, that's my injury. Right there.
Alvin.
I think I was in grade 8. I was heavily into BMX and like biking. I had a little biking crew.
Sick, bro.
Sick.
Yo,
Bike
I
the
did
trails?
too.
Do you guys have a name?
Huh?
Do you have a biker name? Like
No.
your group?
No, we just. My name was
boys.
Alvin. My boy's name was Doug, and my other guy's name was Jonathan. We just rode around the hood.
Okay.
Sick.
And like one day, I don't know what I was thinking, man. Like I was just trying to go really, really fast because I'm stupid as fuck. And I literally like fell or like I slipped or something happened, and I ended up getting like sliding on the road.
Road rash.
Road rash.
Stupid. Like so on my elbow, I still have the scar
Of your road
on
rash?
my road rash and my ankle,
Oh,
and
man.
it hurt.
So do you tell girls you have these scars from when you were in a biker gang?
Yes.
Yeah, when I was 14, I was in
14,
an
I was hard
outlaw
as fuck.
bicycle gang.
That's when you peaked. Damn.
It was a part of
14.
my
We
initiation.
call them BMX menaces.
If you don't have road rash,
Yeah.
you ain't a part of the gang.
Oh, damn.
Mikey.
That's how you get in the gang. Go down that hill, jump,
Fall.
jump off.
Slide.
That's it.
Get a big cut on your arm.
Exactly. Yeah. Bleed a little. The worst injury I've ever had is when I was 12 years old. Compound fracture on my left forearm.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds like it hurts.
2 bones broken in the arm. It looked like there was an A in my arm. Like if I put
Oh, shit.
my arms on, I put my left one on top of my right, it looked like they were attached. Like it could go underneath.
Magic.
It was disgusting.
Want to see something cool?
It was. You ever see a guy like this? But I broke it skateboarding. My dad bought me a skateboard for my
Nice.
birthday. I'm like down at the end of the driveway. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do something. Boom, fall off, snap.
That was your initiation.
Watch
into
Dad
the skateboard
ollie.
club, bro.
Hey, Dad. Dad,
Is this normal?
I think I hurt myself.
I have the letter A on my arm.
So he
Is this A
sees
for
me.
awesome or no?
He sees me at the end of the driveway. He freaks out. He grabs my brother and sister with like one shoe on their foot into our Astro van at the time.
Astro van.
Big old
Yeah.
Astro van.
Yeah,
We get to
yeah.
the Oshawa General Hospital at the time.
Shout out.
Oh my God.
Hey.
So we get there and we go to the girl out front and she's like, we get in line. Dad goes to the counter. Oh, my son broke his arm. Are you sure it's broken? The guy behind us goes, lady, I've never seen an arm bend like that before. And
Seen a more broken arm.
So in a cast for God knows how long. I think it was like 6
That's cool,
months.
man.
It was bad.
Damn.
Damn.
It was a bad break.
To be fair, you would have been accepted into my bicycle gang.
Yo, I would have rode for your gang for sure.
Damn, you guys are really cool. Mine's not that cool. Alvin was actually there playing basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, playing basketball. Classic jam finger.
Oh,
My dad helped
on the pinky of my left hand. Left-handed. Life was over.
Yeah.
looked down at it, and it was not like Joel's, like a right angle triangle. It was like a zigzag, almost like a Z, like a almost if you put it vertically, it would be a lightning bolt. So I look at it and I was like, ooh, that's not good. And I was like, for 1 second, I was like, should I take a picture of this? Because it's kind of cool. And then I was like, maybe I should just get it fixed really quick. So didn't roll out anywhere, actually. Walked over, showed Alvin and his dad, who was actually sitting there. And Alvin's dad's like, it's cool, I got it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Grabs it. He's like, 1, 2, 3, pull. Snap. Nothing happens. I was like, that hurts. He's like, hold on, let me try again.
One more time.
No problem. Do your thing. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Does it. Boom. Pops back in. Okay, let's play. Back to the game.
No,
Who's
we
got the
literally
tape?
played, and we won the rest of the night too.
Back to the game.
Good luck break.
Fast forward, we'll say a year and a half, because I the whole time assumed, okay, dislocation, whatever. Still looking at it, not as ugly as Joel's, maybe like 5 out of 10 compared to Joel's being a 10. But friend of the show and occasional listener, Snipper Phil, nurse. Certified nurse. I told him, I was like, yo, this still gives me problems sometimes when I play, like give a little bit of soreness. It was bruised for like 6 months. And he looks at it. He just feels it for a second. He's like, my friend, you did not only dislocate this, you broke it.
Oh.
So first of all, that's why it hurts so much when your dad pulled on it 2 times. But that's why it healed the way it did. A little bit ugly. So me and Joel are pinky twins, and
brothers.
you guys are badass twins. And that, my friends, has been 30 seconds. Thank you. Next up, a couple quick each, if that. Next up, promos. We have a couple things to run through this week. First up, the Ultimate Sneaker Show is taking over the Enter Care Center on Saturday, December 14th. If you want a chance to meet Mike D, he's going to be there all day signing autographs.
Yeah, I'll be
12
with the Shawarma podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be there with Kites Omar. Yeah, I'll be hanging out with Kites Omar.
At the same table. They're going to be sharing a shawarma, chicken on the rocks.
Yeah, it's going to be shawarma and crepe protect.
At the same time.
Yeah.
So along with Shawarma, Crepe Protect, Kai Somar, and Mike T, there's also other new additions, a trading pit, food court, and sporting zone. Ooh. So Mike is going to be going back and forth, I think, between shawarma and sports.
That's right.
Which sounds like a winning combination to me.
Winning day.
I can't think of a better combination than those 2 things.
And the Enter Care Center is beautiful.
It is a very nice place.
Yeah.
It might not be after Mike shits all over the court, figuratively and literally.
He was right about that lactose thing.
Yeah.
He was.
No garlic sauce, please.
No. Water down the Donair sauce.
Some water with the sauce. If you're interested in tickets, available now via Soul Exchange Canada and their Eventbrite page. Also, this weekend, fellas, Sunday to be exact, the day after Saturday, CGS to 2020 will be commencing.
Oh,
I
this
know.
Sunday
I know.
Countdown.
I know.
Ready for this?
I know. It snuck up on me too.
I look forward to this every year.
Same. The other 11 months can go fuck themselves.
Backseat, guys.
Backseat.
March Maxness.
No, all of them. My birthday. Fuck them all. Get out of here.
Birth month.
CGS to 2020 is where it's at. For all those unfamiliar, Joel is going to tell you what goes down. Joel.
Every day you wear a pair of shoes and you got to post it up on the gram. CGS to 2020.
Correct.
Hashtag. And you got to wear on foot. We don't want to see like in your hand with the box in the background, with the tag
in your
still
living
on
room.
it. Yeah, inside. It's got to be on foot, outside, in the snow,
Main feed.
in slush, everything.
Main
We want to see
feed,
all that
too.
stuff, man. All
Main
that
feed, because we
Yeah,
can't
no
track
story.
stories.
Main
That's
feed.
true.
No stories on your main feed.
Make sure you're public profiles only.
Yeah, man.
No burner
Otherwise,
accounts.
you lose.
Automatically. There are no losers unless you have a private profile. All those with private profiles are losers.
And sketchy.
It's weird.
Yeah, come on, guys.
It's a social network. Anyways, I'm sure you have your reasons, followers who have private.
I would love to hear.
Yes. Yeah, please let us know your reasons for being private. I'm sure they're weird. We're also going to be keeping track, maybe keeping a small tally, and there may or may not, but may be some prizes to give away at the end of the month. So do your best to participate as much as you can, even if it's 7 out of the 31, 30, how many days? 31. 31
Very
days.
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Do the knuckle thing. January. Yeah.
Take away 7.
Yeah,
plus
exactly.
4.
Stupid. 7 of the 31 days, whatever. Still counts. Still cool that you're participating. We're definitely going to do the Ronald McDonald House charity fundraiser again, which is very fun. Probably for some bonus entries to the may or may not have prize sweepstakes. But yeah, it's really fun. Always make sure you get your entries in early because everyone always slacks, and then at the end of the month, it's like an avalanche of entries. So
Yeah.
might as well start the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys excited or what?
Now that I know it's like a week away, for sure.
Bro, it's less than a week. It's like 3 days, 4 couple days.
It's already Sunday. Sunday.
And today is Saturday, so it's really soon, man.
That's tomorrow. Yeah, all right, I'm down.
It's tomorrow.
But first, we have to take on Black Friday.
Oh,
You do. You work retail.
That's
I
true.
don't have to take on nothing. I'm not
I'm
taking.
working late that day too.
Oh my
nice,
god!
nice.
What are the hours of? If anyone wants to shop the Adidas store on Black Friday, yesterday,
we
when
will
you're
be-
listening to this,
We will be opening early. Why? Ooh, pickups for Yeezys.
Oh,
Yeah, static 5 or static 350.
Oh,
Non-reflective.
yeah.
the cream one.
The what?
Is that the cream looking one?
No, it's the black one.
The black,
black
one,
triple
right,
black.
with the-
Oh, okay,
the-
Black
yeah,
Friday
Triple black, static, non-reflective,
non-reflective.
shows what I know.
reflective laces.
Oh,
That's cool. Hey,
the laces.
$300 clip.
Cha-ching. Easy money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm excited for? Pause for a dramatic effect. 21 Questions is coming up, ladies and gentlemen, featuring the one and only Mike D. Thank you for your own introduction.
Hey, I have
so
to do it myself.
You know how this goes. You have a podcast.
I do.
You are a frequent game show watcher. I'm sure Price is Right was a staple
Yeah.
in your household.
Shut up, Bob Barker.
So it's like Price is Right, but completely different.
It's like exactly the same, but different.
It's like exactly the same and opposite at the same time. The similarity is you will lose and leave with no money.
Oh,
The difference is everything else. So it's like your
I'm
own.
game.
It's like your own personal fire round. 21 questions, just like you used to play with the girls on MSN Messenger. Are you ready?
ASL. Yes.
SL indeed. Sup? Not much. You? None.
None.
End of conversation.
All right, peace.
First question: Air or Boost?
Boost.
Number 2: Red or Blue?
Blue.
Number 3: Favorite Yeezy model?
Ooh. 700 V1.
Number 4: Favorite Air Max model?
Air Max 1.
Number 5: Favorite shoe that you own?
That's a toughie. It's got a lot of nice
I'm gonna
ones.
go Wave Runner 700.
Ooh, and he wore them today.
Yep.
Special for us.
Yep, just for you guys.
Number 6: Superstar or Stan Smith?
Stan Smith.
Number 7: How many inches in a yard?
A yard. I'm gonna go with 48.
36.
Oh, you're close.
You're
bro.
close.
You were only a foot off. Number 8: Jason Mark or Crep Protect?
Depends.
On?
Am I spraying or am I using solution?
It depends on what brand you choose.
Oh, damn. Then
They both offer the same products.
I know, but I use
you gotta
different products
pick.
for different things.
Well, which one is best overall?
I'm gonna go with Jason Mark.
Number 9: Better food, Toronto or Montreal?
Oh,
Montreal.
Number 10: What else do you collect?
Musical instruments, guitars.
Oh,
nice.
it's an expensive hobby with
Yeah.
your expensive hobby. Number 11: Pineapple on pizza?
Yeah, why not? I wouldn't eat it, but yeah,
Why not is definitely not an answer. Do you like dogs?
I do.
Number 12: Spell Chihuahua.
Wow. CHIU.
It's already wrong.
Okay.
CHI.
Chihuahua.
Yeah, CHIHUAHUA.
UA.
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua. Number 13: Would you rather go half size up or half size down?
Half size up.
Number 14: Leafs or Canadiens?
Oh, Leafs.
Number 15: Pharrell or Kanye?
Kanye.
Number 16: One person you'd like Adidas to sign.
Ooh.
Mike D.
No. Oh, man,
No,
this would
not
be
me.
One person Adidas to sign. I'm gonna go.
You can
with
steal somebody if you want to. That's
Post
also
Malone.
fun. Oh, that would be
nice,
cool. Steal them from
That'd be
Crocs.
dope.
Yeah.
Nice.
Crocs.
What is the fastest two-legged animal in the world?
An ostrich?
Correct. Number 18, original boxes or drop fronts?
Boxes.
Original boxes? They're both boxes. So.
Yeah. Original boxes.
Okay.
I only have.
Number 19, what is your number one grail? I wrote, what is our number one grail?
My number one grail. That's so tough. To be completely honest, it would probably be a Jordan 1 Chicago. OG.
From 1985.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
That's grail.
That's a good
For real.
definition of holy grail.
Yeah.
Number 20, would you rather receive your number one grail or 3 other pairs from your top 10?
One grail.
Number 21, favorite sneaker podcast?
The Shawarma podcast.
Correct. That is the correct answer.
In that shirt.
Yeah, that was fun.
So something else that we do like to do on this podcast before we get into a little mini interview, it's another interview. We want to know your soulography. So first of all, we want to know what got you into sneakers to begin with. Where did this all stem from?
So my love for sneakers came very late. It started when I was probably 22, 23 years old.
Last year?
Last year, yeah.
Damn.
Basically. Oh, that's sad.
You can pay us for that later.
I appreciate that. Ever since I've hit 30, it's just like everything hurts now. I woke up the day of my 30th birthday and went, ow. That's the first thing I said. But it started with that. But back in the day, I used to wear, like, we were talking about N1s. I used to wear N1s in high school. I used to wear K-Swiss in high school. Superstars, black with white stripes. That was like a staple for me.
That was my gym shoe.
Yeah, that was like it could take so much, that shoe, you know?
Yep,
You could just, and when you're a kid, and I was living out in the country, so I was always out getting dirty and stuff.
Getting dirty.
Getting dirty. Back of pickup trucks and underage drinking a beer.
Skateboarding.
Skateboarding. We called it. Skidboarding. Skateboarding. But yeah, it started with that, and then I got into like the higher top Nike like prestige stuff.
Oh yeah,
like the Foot Locker specials.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Buy one,
about?
get one half, baby.
Dude, totally.
Give me 3 colors.
I'm like, wait, I could get this and that for $100.
the high and the low prestige.
It's buy one and get one.
Yeah.
Wait, you're telling me there's a Prestige 2 now? No.
Sold. And I think it did have the Prestige 2.
It did, yeah.
Then they're up
It
to
did
like a
have
6.
Prestige 2.
Oh, there's 6.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's too many prestigious.
That was the fake dunk.
It's not Halo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started wearing those, and then I started going to. I was living in Montreal at the time. I started going into this new sneaker boutique that opened up called Exclusivity.
Why are you looking at me?
Because why is everyone looking at me?
No.
So I started going in there, and I met a girl who worked there. Her name was Cherry Graywall.
Cherry.
Shout out to Cherry. Cherry was always nice, and she always gave us like the scoop on what was going on in the sneaker world, because at the time I really didn't know. And then I got into radio and stuff, so I had a little bit more cheddar to throw around. So
Fromage.
yeah, exactly, fromage. Yeah. So I started going, and I bought like my first pair of high top Air Jordan 1s. Yeah, you know what they were? Highlight reels.
Oh, baby.
Highlight reel.
Yeah. Highlight reels.
Oh,
Atlantic
baby.
Hawks colorway.
Oh, yeah. I just threw up in my
That's a
mouth little
basketball
bit.
team, right? That's a basketball team.
Yeah, Atlanta Basketball Hawks.
So I picked those up, and then, once you get into an Air Jordan 1 like that,
It's over.
Yeah, game over.
Yeah.
Your life is gone.
But then I started to get a lot of mids. Why? Because
Sorry.
it was cheaper than $215 at the
Yeah,
time.
absolutely.
So it was like, like $130?
Something like that. Yeah.
130 or something like that, or 125. So I got into those. At one point I sold all of my mids and a lot of my ones at one time to one guy. I was just like, boom, you take them all.
Take them all.
Yeah, that was a good day. That was a good day. But then I met a good friend of this podcast, Mr. Christopher Chu,
Of course.
Nice.
at a
Sounds
Foot
familiar.
Locker event, because they were opening a House of Hoops in Montreal.
Oh, oui.
So we met, and we got to meet up with Bill Wennington. Yeah, he's a basketball player, Lawrence, by the way.
Thanks, man.
So we got to hang out with him for a while. Had a nice dinner with him. Then we got to go over to the store, and Chris and I talked. We're like, hey, we should do like a podcast or something like that. Yeah, we should do that. fast forward 1 year later. We don't talk to each other.
You guys got right on that.
Exactly. So basically what was happening is he texted me and there was a Jordan 1 coming out that I wanted to get because I was getting married. So it was the black and white Air Jordan 1 High from 2013? 2014.
Ish.
Yeah.
Ish. It was later in the season because it was cold. Yeah.
Some winters ago.
Yeah, some winters ago. So I met up with Chris and he's like, yeah, you should get the shoe. I went and lined up with him at Exclusive City and we kind of hit it off. And then we did start a podcast.
And you were like, yo, we should do a podcast.
We should do a podcast. Like,
where have I heard that before?
a few years later. So, then I started getting into like Yeezys and stuff like that and Adidas, and now working for the brand is kind of fast tracked that pile of blue boxes.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I can imagine.
When I got to Toronto, like fast forward, I moved to Toronto.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Plot twist.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. But what about the sneaker pod? Anyway.
Exactly. No, we're still doing it, you know.
Shout out to Sneak Podcast.
Exactly. Shout out to the boys. But moved down to Toronto and started working for the brand. And everything's just skyrocketed. So I'm loving it.
Sick.
Amazing.
Is that too much?
No, that was not enough actually.
Perfect.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of got into it, but what was your sneakerhead timeline like? So you started with the And One.
Yeah.
Somewhere along there was Jordan 1, and now it's Adidas, obviously, because you worked with the brand.
Okay. So yeah, I could definitely go like shoe by shoe.
Break
by shoe.
her down.
Okay, let's start with like the Kmart specials. You know? No, sorry. Byway. Let's take it to the Byway. All right. So yeah,
That
been
way.
at the Byway. Started with those. I had some Converse high tops growing up. Then of course got into high school and I was wearing more of the K-Swiss. And I would take like bleach to them to keep them white.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, that leather didn't
Yep.
like that.
No.
Didn't like that at all.
Most leathers don't like that.
I
even
swear
in
to
this
God,
day.
it just peeled right off. The whole leather just peeled off. But yeah, I got into K-Swiss, then Superstars to like Vans. I wore Vans for a little while, some Authentics. I was also in a band for a long time before getting into radio, and Converse were like my shoes to wear on stage because like there's nothing there. It's you want a rubber sole, really.
Yeah.
Like a rock star.
Exactly.
Like
a
the rock
rock
star you are.
Exactly. So, wore that and then again got into the Prestiges and then Jordan 1s, Yeezys, everything Adidas now.
So you never did the running phase that most of us seem to go through, like the Air Max phase.
So I do, but that was kind of in with my Jordan 1 phase.
Okay.
Like kind of at the same time when I was wearing Jordan 1s, I was wearing Air Max 1s. And anytime I could pick up a pair of Air Max 1s on the low, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
You know, I found a pair of black and red ones at like a Marshall's one day. I was like, what? Black and red Air Max 1? I'll take it.
Bread,
Yeah.
Sean Collard.
Bread.
Bread.
Black and red. He's trained me, see?
He's
Clearly he's got
yeah.
me trained. I can't
Black
say
and red.
bread
He'll
anymore.
snap you out of it sooner or later.
But it wasn't like the bread one that you could have made on,
My Adidas?
Like
no, Nike ID. Nike ID. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because that one was so sick. When you were able to do the royal and the bread.
Yeah.
So cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, I got into Air Max 1s and Ultra Boost, of course. When Ultra Boost first came out, I walked into a Foot Locker and bought the very OG
Oh.
The very, very
Ultra
OG.
Boost. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it was amazing. Was able to pick it up with a gift card too. Woo.
Yeah. They went on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the last one. I walked in. I'm like, the girl goes, "Do you want to try that on?" I'm like, "What size?" She goes, 10.5. I'm like, "No, put it in the box. Take it. I'll take it right now." I know what this is.
Don't even look at it.
No.
Just hurry up. Don't look at me.
I
Look
saw
at the
Kanye wear these last week.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool finally.
Think about all the friends I'm going to make now. They'll finally do a podcast with me.
And then after that, we started the sneaker
Look at
podcast.
this. It was not a coincidence, man. Like they were waiting for your cool factor to rise just a little bit. So that's what got you into it. That was kind of your lineage there. What's keeping you into sneakers now?
The stories, to be honest. Like the story, even though, yes, I work for Adidas, I love a Nike and Jordan story. You know, because I love history in general. So like knowing history on certain athletes or, you know, influencers or whatever is really cool to me. So just having that knowledge is really cool. But, I would say everything's new. Like every 5 days, like you said, we get a different sneaker. So it's like constantly keeping you on your toes to see what's coming out next. What's next. And I think that's the thing that has us all is what's next.
Yeah.
You know, so What's next?
Well, let me tell you.
Let me tell you what's next.
I don't know. So now I really quickly want to talk about your move from Montreal to Toronto.
Sure.
Because we've had people from out of town on the podcast. We've had Calgary. We've had Montreal several times. Yep. Sean Collard as well. You're not going to shout him out? Scotty? Uncle Scotty.
Scott.
But we've never had somebody who has actually moved and now planted themselves somewhere else. So it's kind of interesting because it's different when you're a guest, as you would say. Someone visits here. Same thing when we visit another place, just to perceive it. But now you've lived both, albeit you've only been here for 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
But first of all, what's one main difference you've noticed? So between the two cities, sneaker-wise mostly, but you can branch off into anything if you want to talk about something else.
People are very passionate about their sneakers here in Toronto.
Are they not in Montreal? Is that what you're implying? Or?
They are. It's just like now that I've had to work like Yeezy drops and stuff like that, you really see it. You know, people getting into fights and people yelling at each other and just like bad vibes all around. And like we can't do anything with a line, right? So you just got to take it.
Yeah.
So people are very passionate about their sneakers. A lot of people come up from the States too, which is insane.
Yeah, from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo has like next to nothing as well.
That's what they say. They're like, we don't get these down here. I'm like, what?
Wow. I know it's weird to think of a Canadian place as being better than
These
any
spots.
American place.
Right?
But
You
yeah,
guys don't get that?
quite often here. Yeah. So there's just less passion, you think, over there? Or you think it's just...
I don't know. There is a lot of passion because there's a lot of people there that
Absolutely,
have
yeah.
so much passion. Like my boy Chris and like so many other people. Like the list is so long of like the people that are so passionate in Montreal. And
Would you say it's like not as concentrated?
it's just like, I feel like Toronto's so large. You know, it's so big.
So by default.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. Like in Montreal, yes, it's a big city, but it's nothing like Toronto. You know, so it's so different. Everyone's doing their own thing. I find people are very independent here. You know, I feel like there's a lot more camaraderie and stuff like that in Montreal, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm still getting used to it too. So I haven't been out that much to see like too many events or anything like that. So,
but I mean, yeah, like you said, you're working at the store, so you do have a pretty good gauge on everything. You're working, especially on Queen Street West.
That's it.
Quite a good gauge on
It's
everything.
like, totally, you're in sneakers all day, every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're living it.
Does Montreal, do you think, as someone who used to live there, do you think they see themselves as on the outside looking in when it comes to Toronto specifically?
Totally.
Yeah.
I think my boy Chloe said it the best. Shout out to Chloe, and he's just like, Toronto gets everything. You know, everything he tries to get online, everything goes to Toronto. So it's definitely made things more available, you know, especially being in this large of a city.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they don't get the stuff that Toronto gets in Montreal.
Yeah. So you literally think that they're like little brother syndrome kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of. Like getting hand-me-downs type deal.
I don't want to go that far. Love ourselves some Montreal out here, but...
Yeah,
because I always, like, every time someone from outside of Toronto, specifically from Canada, comes on, we want to know how they perceive, quote-unquote, not even quote, the biggest sneaker market in the country.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, they're like, no, we're just doing our own thing. Yeah, you guys get a lot, but now that you've experienced both, you can definitely see the whole... dynamic
totally. There's just so much more allocation out here when it comes to product, you know, so much more product when it comes to down to numbers, you know, and I just find that Toronto gets just so much more allocation, so much more product. So that's another reason why they're so big in the mecca really in Canada of sneakers. It's true.
And once again, literally just potentially due to physical size because we have such a large population.
Exactly. Yeah. Like in Montreal, there's only so many stores you can go to pick up something. Yeah. Here it's just like, it's everywhere.
Limitless. Yeah.
You can go north, south, east, west, whatever.
The other 4 directions as well.
Yeah.
Other than those. Yeah.
The angled ones.
North, whatever they're called. But yeah, it kind of makes me feel bad because there are times, obviously living here, you have a different perspective, but there's times where we're like, oh man, Canada's not getting this. And usually if Canada gets it, Toronto gets it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's times where we're here and we're like, oh, Canada's not getting it.
Yeah.
Like, we're pissed. We're like, oh, only New York and the big cities are getting it. And we're like, we're a big city. We're a big city.
What the hell,
But then,
guys?
then you talk about Montreal or Vancouver or Calgary, which are also other massive cities.
Yeah, huge.
That are larger than a lot of the cities in the States by population.
Yeah.
And just because they're in Canada, don't get it.
Yeah.
And I start to feel bad a little bit, but then I don't.
And there's a lot of false hope, you know, especially when it comes to like something
I
that's
can
super
see that,
hyped.
yeah.
And people be like, releasing in Canada, amazing. So
Yeah.
people in Montreal get super excited. When it gets down to release week, that's where they hit you with the, sorry, Toronto only.
But what stores would get, like, are there tier 0 accounts that would carry that kind of thing in Montreal, or
What do you mean? Like an off the hook type
anything?
deal? Or
Yeah, like, but off the hook,
consortium
get, like,
accounts, or-
Off-White? Like, do they get Off-White there?
no,
or-
Essence would get off white.
And then Travis Scott stuff?
Travis Scott will go to Exclusivity
Oh,
and House of Hoops.
okay.
Oh,
But then
that's
they
right.
don't actually get it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? House of Hoops? Yeah.
Exactly.
Very true. So what's one thing that surprised you about the Toronto sneaker scene?
The amount of people that are willing to help out other people. You know, I find that a lot of people talk to each other and connect and get proxied and be like, yo, I can't grab something. Can you help me out? Yeah, no problem. I got you. You know, and that's what we try to do in the store too. We try to give the people like, hey, I can't grab it right now. And yeah, no problem. I got you for later on.
Oh, sick.
You know, so, you know, we're not backdooring stuff or anything like that.
He just
Let's
openly
get
at here
Let's
ye.
Shame. But yeah, it's just a lot of people are working together, which is nice to see. Especially those resellers. They love working together too.
Oh, absolutely. They do.
love
All the resellers are
I've
in
seen
cahoots.
some crazy stuff. Like
Nah, man.
I've seen the resellers grab a pizza guy off the street and have him walk in, grab a pair of
Oh
shoes,
my
and walk
God.
out.
Just so
know?
they could have another body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought someone was delivering pizza to the store. Boy, was I wrong.
And you were like, yeah.
For real, I was like, oh, who ordered this? Because sometimes we'll have customers bring in like, yo, here's some pizza for you guys. We're like, what?
And they were like, nah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
bro.
sorry, this bag is empty. Where are my Yeezys?
Wow.
Is it not like that in Montreal, or?
Not. I wouldn't say it's as concentrated as it is. Like down here, it's more of like a business thing.
Yeah.
You know, especially when the resellers get out there, it's like boom, 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 done. In Montreal, I find it's not as concentrated. Yeah. I guess that would be the word. It's just not, I don't know. You don't see it as much like in plain view,
Yeah.
you know?
So did you have the perception before you came here then that it wasn't like that in Toronto? Do
No.
you think it was like Screwface Capital, like no one liked each
No,
other kind of
totally.
thing, or-
I came in with totally an open mind. I
Okay.
had no idea what I was really getting myself into other than what I've spoken to you guys about or anyone else that's lived in Toronto, friends that have lived in Toronto. So, but they're not really into the whole sneaker scene. So they weren't really able to give me that perspective on what it's really like.
Yeah.
So, but working at the store has put that right into perspective, which is nice.
So getting into working at the store then, is this your first time actually working in retail?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's also your first time working in sneaker retail, obviously.
Yes.
By default. How do you like that just overall? Because it's not as advertised for the most part.
No. It is totally not.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people think you're just going to get to a store and you're just going to sell shoes. There's so much more involved in it. It's crazy. And Lawrence, you know this, and it's insane. Getting into it, I was a little bit, I thought I might have been taking a step back, which I knew I was doing, but I was willing to put in that work to get to where I wanted to be. So I signed on at Adidas to work 2 days a week. Psh, I'm okay with that. Sure. While I have this little cushion of me moving from Montreal, sold my house and all that jazz, I was able to have a little nest egg to support myself while I, work my way up the ladder. If I could say that. But, I'm still working my way up the ladder and, I'm hoping to get to my goals by the end of the year. Next year. 2020.
2020.
Mike D, 2020.
Countdown.
Countdown to 2020.
Countdown to 2021. Hashtag Mike D to 2021. So was there any misconceptions that you had about sneaker retail? Because a lot of people, especially because you're older getting into sneaker retail for the first time, a lot of people are younger getting into the first time and they have that whole perception of this is the coolest job on the planet. I work at Foot Locker, I work at Adidas. Oh my God, I'm going to get every release. Oh my God, I'm the coolest kid on the block. And then they get there and they're like, holy shit, this is hard.
Yeah. This is hard, or I really don't want to work. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
They think they're going to just stand around on their phones all the time.
Yeah.
Which I'm not down with. We're here to work. We're getting paid by the company to put in work to make sure we, give the customers what they want.
Yeah.
If, you could tell the people that don't have that vision, The people that don't really, because I want to ask like all our employees, why are you here? Tell me why you're here. And hopefully they give me a good enough answer. They're not just like, oh, I need to make some money.
Yeah.
I know that. I understand that. And I understand that you need to make money, but why not have passion about something that you're doing?
Yeah.
Because if you do have passion for something that you're doing, like you said, you'll never work a day in your life.
It's effortless.
Yeah. It's just easier. You know, and the day passes like that when you're having a good time. Go in there with a positive attitude. The people can feed off your energy and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Has it made your perception change at all working with sneakers? Because they always say you shouldn't work in your hobbies.
It's true.
How do you feel just overall? Do you still feel as passionate?
I do, and I feel like I'm into it more. Like I feel like
honeymoon phase.
Well, yeah, totally. Well, it's just like now I go into work and I check my emails, like my work emails, and I'm getting Yeezy emails being like, "Yo, this is like legit."
And
this
it's like Mike at adidasgroup.com or whatever.
It's exactly what that is.
Shout out to his email.
And I'm just
hit
like,
him up. Yeah.
Exactly. Don't hit me up. But yeah, just having like because I used to like read it on sneaker blogs all the time, being like, "Oh, what's going to happen?" Now I get that information before that information comes out.
You send it to the sneaker blog,
right? And it's just cool, and it's cool to connect with all the other store managers around the country and all the different employees around the country too. Because when I came down here and I started working for Toronto OG, everyone at the OG store in Toronto thought I came from the Montreal OG store. They're like,
how
"Oh,
good he was."
Well, I just no, I'm just good friends with everyone that worked there.
Yeah.
And, I was friends with Alex for such a long time. He was on the podcast. And it just put me in the right spot at the right time with the right people. And I have some really good leaders ahead of me. Shout out to my store manager, Paul Shields. Shout out to my ASM,
Big ups.
Mr. Joe Matthews.
Big ups.
Yeah, those guys are pointing me in the right direction. They're making me go where I want to go fast. So
Sick.
Shout out
Appreciate
to
them.
the non-listeners of the podcast real quick.
Oh, they might be.
Well, I hope they are.
Oh, you just insulted
Some
them. Now
new
you have one
friends.
less.
Sorry, guys. Two less. You said two. Wow, you don't even remember who you're talking about.
One
Oh,
less.
dear. So getting into this new gig at Adidas, which you started 4 months ago, as you stated before, you were into a wider variety of brands, mostly Jordan, Nike, that kind of thing. And now I'm assuming it's quite focused on Adidas, the
Totally.
three stripes.
Yeah.
How has that transition been for you?
Tough.
Yeah.
So tough. Because like every day I go into my sneaker closet and I look and I just see a wall of orange boxes. And I'm like, damn, I can't wear any of these right now. And like, I'll talk to people and they'll be like, oh no, you could wear them. And I'm like, no, because what if I'm out and I see someone that that works at head office and they want to talk and I'm wearing a pair of Jordan 1s.
Yeah.
What happens then? I'll be known as that guy wears Jordans, blah, blah, blah. He's not down with the brand. Bye.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to be as true to the brand as possible.
Facts.
But man, it is so difficult, especially when you have a bunch of DS stuff.
Oh man.
And you're like, I want to wear it so bad, but I can't.
I can help you, bro. We're
So
the same size.
Alvin can help you with that problem.
I might be liquidating some stuff soon.
Oh,
so
shit.
We'll see what happens.
I could be that size
go,
too.
bro.
Then
I
you
know
actually
a bunch of
mentioned
people, man.
you actually mentioned something crazy before the podcast we started recording, that you haven't even worn any non-Adidas shoes since you started.
Yeah.
Like not even off days.
No, nothing.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I respect it a lot, because
A
when I
lot.
worked at Adidas, I sound like the worst employee ever, because I would literally wear them to the store
Yeah.
and change when I got to work.
Yeah.
He
Like,
would change out of his Nikes. into-
yeah. On my breaks, I would go to the Nike outlet. Like, it was not good news. Like, I'm very impressed with that, especially knowing you for so long and knowing how into other
Yeah,
stuff you
exactly,
are
yeah.
/ were. Like, man, and now that you're
Still
talking
are,
about,
still
yeah,
are.
no, like, no, for sure, bro. I know. I
It's
know.
sad.
I know.
tough.
I know you
Guys,
gave up, man. It's fine. It's whatever.
You gave up. This one's on you.
I know you abandoned us. It's whatever. The Adidas podcast.
Oh, wow. Coming soon.
So, what's one thing you think Adidas as a brand is excelling at right now? 'Cause now
Technology.
you are okay.
Technology.
Yeah.
With the knit we're putting out, with the 4D materials we're putting out.
So good.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
favorite.
It's
still
insane.
Yeah.
If anyone has never tried a 4D shoe yet, do it. Put in the 48 hours of break time and you'll see the difference.
Yeah.
Compared
You'll
to
you'll see. That's very.
you will
I like
see the
that.
difference. You'll see the difference for sure. A lot of people compare it to an Ultra Boost after the break-in time. With the new Ultra Boost 19 with 20% more boost than the original one. And guess what, guys? There's another one coming.
Next year is 2020.
UB 2020.
That means the Ultra Boost 2025 is coming.
Ultra Boost 20 is coming. It's gonna be crazy.
League alert. That's a league alert for everybody.
You heard it here
For everybody.
first.
Everyone knew it was
He
coming.
just forwarded his email to us, Mike@adidasgroup.com, for anybody who didn't hear that the first time.
But technology and comfortability, I think, is a really big thing, especially over the past 4 or 5 years. You know, I think that's been something they've been pushing for with their Prime Knit. You know, kind of competing with the Fly Knit, right? But they're two different monsters.
Absolutely.
They're two different monsters. People could say, oh, it's like that sock-like material, but like, no. There's such a difference
There's a big
between
difference.
Fly Knit and Prime
There
Knit.
is, yeah.
And especially through all the different phases of Prime Knit, you know, the 4.0, 3.0, 1.0, 2.0 type deal. It's crazy, you know, and it's really cool to see them put this technology into, you know, running and performance. But, to have that technology for lifestyle is even cooler.
Yeah.
Athleisure, my friend.
Yeah.
What's one thing you would like to see them improve on? There's always something. I know you work for the brand and you don't want to slander their name.
Yeah,
But-
right. But there's definitely one.
But there's got to be something you hate.
Organization.
Okay.
From the backside, I think organization could be better, you know, and communication.
Backside, you mean
Like stock
store
room?
level, or you mean releases coming from
I mean,
the top?
store
or-
level to head office level.
Got it.
Things could be improved
Interesting.
for the better of the company.
Yeah.
And you see yourself at this place long term, you said?
I could see me being with Three Stripes for a while.
Yeah.
I like it. I enjoy it. Everyone I've talked to seems to enjoy me. It could be
Could be a farce.
yeah, it could be a farce.
I enjoy you.
Get this guy out of here.
We enjoy you.
we-
Oh,
enjoy
guy,
you.
I enjoy you guys too.
I was going to end the podcast right there. That was perfect, but I'm not going to. So
And
your
take two.
future, what does your future hold then for you? Because you said you want to be long term. You're at the store level right now. Where do you want to see yourself go?
I want to be head office by the end of 2020.
Speak it into existence, my
That
friend.
is my goal.
Keep it up.
I mean, it is true to
it's-
size and stuff happens when people say it here. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
very
man.
true.
I said it before I even had my first meeting with Adidas. I said, by 2020, I want to be in that office, you know, not dictating where things go, but just like having an influence on what stores get what. And I think if I work my butt off, I can,
Allocation and-
allocation manager or something like that, allocation director, that'd be fire.
Yeah.
Amazing. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We also
Sure.
thank you so much for coming out.
Yo, I
That
appreciate
was
it, guys.
Really fun.
That was fun, Paul.
It was like a 6-hour drive, so it's going to be a crappy one home.
I better
but
start leaving now.
yeah, you can jump out now. and
don't
we'll just
even
wrap
have
it
my
up.
winter tires yet.
You don't need them in Toronto. It's not Montreal.
Thank God.
Thank you to everyone who has supported and or been a part of this podcast. Wherever you're taking in this episode, please leave a comment, review, follow, and or subscribe. We've got a Facebook group we like to use as a forum, sell stuff and connect with you guys. It's called CGS Talk. You can find it on facebook.com/group/cgs.talk. We've also got a website we use for reviews, recap stories, and much, 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 much more. That's CanadaGotSold.ca. If you have any questions or suggestions for any of our segments, like the Soul Poll, Sneaker Editing for Dummies, or the Fire Round, shoot us a DM or email us at CanadaGotSold@gmail.com. Of course, like Mike D does on all his pictures on Instagram, use hashtag CanadaGotSoul for a feature. I have been Lawrence Hopkins, and you can find me at LDoggyStyles on Instagram. Woof.
I'm Joel Hernandez. You can find me at Joe Dooney, JO_D3OsNEY.
my name is Alvin Quincy, and you can find me at MISTERQ and then marked.
Mr. Mike with the D. Where can they find you?
At On Air with Mike D and at The Sneaker Podcast.
That is correct. Thank you for listening to us talk about sneakers for 88 Ocho episodes. And please remember to rock your kicks. This has been True to Size. We have been CGS and Mike D, and we are out. Peace. One more
The
time.
Shawarma
One more
podcast.
time for
Let's
Calby
get it.
there. That was Buck T.
Bucky.